Hey everybody, Paul with Secondhand Productions here, and today we're going to take a stab at this one. Yes, it's the classic let's replace the eyeballs, except I'm doing a twist. As you can see, my actress is spinning her head, she's looking at you. The replacement of her eyes is tracking very well, and we're going to do this completely in After Effects. I have some raw footage here of my actress shot with an 85mm, and it was shot handheld and stabilized with warp stabilizer. If you don't know how to use that, you can check that out. Maybe there are plenty of videos out there, but maybe I'll throw something up together for you, show you the pros and cons of warp stabilizer another time. But I did stabilize the footage. If I show you the original footage, it's not as clean and pretty as, let's see, which one was it? It's this one. Check this out. Look at that shake. That's a lot of shake, but that's what happens. So we've got stabilized footage, and what we're going to be doing is replacing her eye with this eye. Let's check this out. So we're going to swap out the eye, and what we're going to do is I'm more interested in just replacing the iris and the pupil than I am about replacing the entire eye, although that would be cool. That's not what we're going to do on this particular demo, and I'm going to show you all the other videos that are out there that I've seen on this. Show you they have their actor like right here. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make their eyes, and their actor never looks away from the camera. But this is such an easy shot to do. It's really not very hard at all, and you know, a lot of people are using tracker to track this. That's just the slow way of doing things. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out. I am probably going to go ahead and crank this up to a 32-bit per channel flow just because I can get away with that. We're going to start a new composition. Alright, we're going to rename that comp. Let's just rename our composition. Where's it? Source image 2. Let's rename it. I'm going to call this Evil Eye. Evil Eyes. Alright, so there we go. So we've got our source footage here. She's going to stare us down, and one of the things that I want to show you is we're going to do this in Mocha AE, which is cool because it's all built in to After Effects. So I'm going to show you what happens when you try and track this in Mocha, and then I'm going to show you how to fix that. Sometimes Mocha has an issue, and you see it didn't come up with any imported clip, any information. So what I ended up doing, it did not like the clip that I came up with. So what I did was I exported the entire sequence as a JPEG sequence. Let's get rid of that one. I don't need that. But as a JPEG sequence file where it's going to take each frame and export that as a single JPEG, and then I import that. So if I let's open that, I have already tracked some of this stuff, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to retrack it. I'm just going to get rid of these. Oh, it's locked. Well, that's silly. So let's delete that. Delete that. Let's delete this. Alright. So we're going to find a spot. This is so easy. We're going to find a spot where she's really kind of is looking right into the camera. So right here around frames 27, 28. I had a pretty shallow depth of field. You can see that she's left eye is a little bit more crisp and clean. The right eye is slightly out of focus, and that's not going to be a major problem. You can hit your Z key, and you can zoom in by holding down the mouse and moving it up and down. You can hit the X key, and you can grab your image and move it around. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab this X-spline tool, and we're going to start plotting. go ahead and we're going to export our right eye data. We're going to start by exporting the tracking data. All right, and what I'm really interested in is the you can get the you're going to get your position, your scale, and your rotation, and we're going to clean that up. But we're going to copy this, come back to After Effects. Now we're going to pull it over here to the very first frame. Okay, go back there, new null, rename. I think it was right eye is what I just grabbed. I believe it was right eye. And then all we gotta do is Control V, and then we'll see if we grab. Yeah, we did. We grabbed the right eye. You see how it's like right there? We got all the tracking data. All right, new null object. We're gonna rename this one left eye. We're gonna go over to our After Effects, our Mocha, and we're gonna select the left eye, export the tracking data, copy it to the clipboard. Now, the important thing is, like I said, we're going, oops, that's right eye, left eye, paste. When you look at the information here, we don't care about scale. We don't care about, come on. We don't care about the scale, because then what it'll do is, especially when we do the matting, it's gonna, did I do that right? Yeah. I don't believe I care about scale here. So get rid of that. Close these two up. So we've got our left eye, and we got our right eye tracking data. Now you see, I don't know that we really care about rotation either. So we're going to get rid of the rotation. We only really care about the position of the eye. So we'll get rid of the rotation. No reason to track data that you don't need. Alright, go back over to the Mocha. Now we're going to copy our shape data. So we're on the left eye, we're going to copy that. We're going to only pull the selected layer. We're going to copy to the clipboard. Go back over into here, and now we're going to create a solid. Now you can do this with the image itself, but it's probably better to just create a solid. I prefer to use like a black solid, and the reason why is the and you can change. You're going to probably change it. It only needs to be about probably about 350 by 350. It doesn't have to be the entire size. So select OK. That's a pretty good size. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to paste our. Oops. Oh shoot. Oh no. Paste our data, and you can see when we get over here, it's in the wrong spot. That's interesting. Oh, you can't do that. Forget I did that. All right, we're gonna create a new solid. It's got to be the size of the image. I knew that. I don't know why I did that. So here it's got to be 1920 by 1080, because that's the size of the image. Select OK. Now we're on our first. Make sure this is in the right spot. Paste that. Then when she rolls around, what do you know? Her eye's missing. Nice and clean. See how easy that was? That was easy. No effort whatsoever. Alright, let's take care of the right image. The right eye. Get the right eye, export the shape data, copy to the clipboard. We're pretty much almost done with Mocha. New solid. Select OK. Go back to the beginning. Control V. Now, we're going to do one other thing here, because you see they appear, but we have almost perfectly masked the eyes. And we left a little bit of that edge, and we did that on purpose. So, but around the 14th frame, you come up here, you go to frame 14, and you're going to see that's when she opens her eyes. So, here we're going to go to our opacity. And I'm going to set keyframes on 14, and on 13 I'm going to set, we're going to go to 0. Boom. So between 13 and 14 it's all there. And see, I don't need to worry about when I get over here to 125. I can go to 124 and I'm at 100. I can mark keyframe, and then 125, the very next one I can go to 0. Well, alright, so now we've done all that. We've got our eyes tracked, we've got them masked. It's really easy. We didn't have to do a lot of work. Now it's about making sure that we're tracking the eye correctly. Yeah, see, we kind of, I think we're, right here, we're not tracking it, but that's okay. So now we're going to pull our eye down. Okay. We're going to stick our eye right there. We're going to rotate it because I want it to be kind of a little bit more natural. We're going to pull her back over to where we could get a good look at her eye. We're going to resize this. Where it fits in that area. Okay. And all we're going to do is we're going to track this to her right eye. And then we're going to, so that way it's tracking with the eye. Okay. Which you can see. And then we're going to do an alpha matte on black solid 2. Right. Did I do that right? Black solid 2. Now, see, there's a problem with that. It's not an alpha, it's an alpha inverted. No, see, you got to use white. You can't use black. That's what it is. So now I can fix that. That's not a problem. It's actually an easy fix. So let's go to our effects, go fill. Oh my gosh, let's go eyedrop filler. Let's drop eyedrop filler on black solid 3, and we're going to, I don't like that. Let's drop fill on 3. Let's go here, let's take it to white, select OK. Now let's, I bet you that's, so this is the right eye. We're going to, that was left eye. Wait a second. Black solid 3. Wait a second. Let's move this up. Okay, I got that. I got that. I don't understand why I'm having this problem. Alright, here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get rid of black solid. And then I'm going to make a new solid. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Let's try it. I did this earlier with white and I thought I could do it with black, but apparently I can't. So now I've got to copy that, export that shape data again, copy to the clipboard, minimize that. Oh, just paste it. Oh. Okay. All right. I'm going to copy these, copy this, and go up here to now my white solid, and I'm going to go find my opacity, and I'm going to paste those there. That way it appears when I want it to appear and not sooner. All right. So we have our eye, and then we're going to track that to white solid alpha, and finally it worked. All right, so now we're going to pull the eye down just a hair, and you can see what we want to do is we're going to want to blend in this edge. Boom. So now she has that eye, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to duplicate it, and we're going to move it over here on top of this eye, and we'll stick that underneath this one. I'm just, oh, now it wants to work. Okay, that's weird. Oh hey, I never said I knew everything. And then you want to kind of get it lined up. There we go. And see, by leaving that little bit of an edge, it really kind of allows the eye to kind of the eye to blend. Now here's the other thing is, I mean, if you really want to get in detail with this, which we do, except her eyes all wandering. That's funny. All right, so I gotta track this to I think it's 07 is the correct. I mean, it's that easy. Look at that, nice and clean. Now these are a little bit intensely bright, but what's cool about them is, what's going on there? Ah, look at that. See, I lose it. I'm losing my matting at the very end there, at the very beginning. It loses its position. You see right here. You see how the eye is not where it's supposed to be. So I'll fix that. That's not a problem. I mean, you get the point. I mean, it's relatively easy. So if you were to watch this from the beginning all the way through, now she has blue eyes. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to add one last element here, and that's this the depth of field right in here is a little bit, oh shoot, I didn't mean to click on that. It's a little bit off, so I'm going to add a new adjustment layer. Actually, you know what I won't. What I'll do is add a little bit of a Gaussian blur to the eye itself. So let's go to versus. We're going to put this on the right eye, I believe. No, wrong eye. Of course. And this is what you name these things. So right in here, if you look closely, she's out of focus on the back end here. She goes from, she's out of focus, she's out of focus. So right in here, what we're going to do is we're going to keyframe the blur. And let's see how well we do that. Okay, so we're keyframing the blur. And right here, it kind of comes down, a little more in focus, but it's still out of focus. It's not clean. So then she actually never comes into focus with that eye. And then she's kind of going backwards. So here, I think it goes a little bit more out of focus. And she's gonna, so we got, I like that. Alright, so let's see what it looks like in full-on play mode. First, I got this thing set at, my composition is set at 32-bit floating. But you see how that eye is out of focus compared to the other eye, which is in focus with the rest of the image. So now I'm going to add that Gaussian blur to this other one, because when this image starts, neither one of the eyes are in focus. As a matter of fact, we get a little bit of a, it's funny, we get a little bit of too much light coming into the lens right here at the beginning. So it's not till she settles in that she's in focus. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. We'll put a blur on that, just a subtle one, and we're going to keyframe the blur. So we're going to, we'll say it's that blurry, and right here, boom, it comes into focus, and she should be crystal clear on that eye. And she's going to maintain that for the rest of the shot. Alright, next thing we're going to do is go over to our projects. I'm going to switch this thing from, let me go to my composition settings. This comp settings. No. Let's switch this to 16, just so I can play it better. You want to do this fucking Easter. Alright. There we go. This thing's probably beyond my 30-minute limit. I'll edit this thing and speed it up. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put an adjustment layer on this adjustment layer. And in that adjustment layer, we're going to go ahead and put remetry. And we'll stick that here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a couple things. First, we're going to adjust our exposure. We're going to bring our exposure down about -0.2. Maybe a little farther, yeah. There we go. That's good. And we're going to bring our contrast up a little bit. It's going to make our eyes pop. And then we're going to, we'll leave the highlights and everything. Then we're going to, let's desaturate the image a little bit just to bring our color tone down. Make sure it look a little unnatural. Yes. But with unnatural. That's not what I wanted. Why do I keep clicking on the same thing? Then we're going to go into our color wheels. I like playing with the color wheels. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to bring my darks down just a tad. And we're gonna go for our classic bring that down. We're gonna go for a very I don't want to completely remove, but I definitely want her to have more gray tone. Let's see, let's view our windows. I want to turn off, well, where is it? View, my control layer, so I can get a better look at her. Alright, so now we've done that. That definitely makes the eyes pop. It also helps kind of take them in, and we can take our temperature down. That's going to just manually force these. And then what's really fun is when you decide you really wanted to go crazy with it, you get over here, when she's going to squint, she's going to give that hard look. Let's see what we're looking at here. And I'm done with this. I'm going to close that. No, don't say it. Just thinking right there. You see that? When she gives that look, I want to really kind of say, okay, now we're gonna set this, and here I'm gonna drop the contrast. I'm gonna crank it up. So go forward a couple frames, and let's crank up the contrast. So now that we're gonna crank up the contrast, it's gonna bring out more depth and detail, and really focus in on our eyes. And let's go back. See how we get that? And it's like, boom. All right. But what we're gonna do is we're also going to mark our saturation. And when I go forward with this and she does this, we're gonna drop our saturation even farther. Really just kind of leave a little bit of color in her skin. A little bit of color. All right. And then we have it. And the eyes really popping. It's scary. I'm scared. And it looks good. And then she tightens in on the shot. You can tell the color's going away. So, of all the videos I've seen out there, this is, you know, there's a lot of videos showing you how to track and replace eyes, but I wanted to kind of show you another level of this where it's kind of like it's not, it's more subtle. And matter of fact, that was really like boom, and I don't want to do that. So let's fix that real quick. Where's my adjustment layer? Let's see, I got my effects, limit, geometry, and then here's my basic correction. Let's see, we're really just messing with my tone and my contrast. So what I would say is, instead of going like this, let's spread this over a few frames. There you go. Yeah, that's even farther. Yeah, so when she squints, it's really going to kind of like, she's focusing in on you. You know, I like that. That's cool. Really kind of drives it home. And it really didn't take much to accomplish this shot. Now, the final thing I would do is obviously I'd go to my composition and go to my settings, and what you want to do is you want to pre-comp this, because once we do what I'm about to do, I'm going to switch it to a 2.34 aspect ratio, and once you do that, then if you do it without pre-comping it, then you're basically cutting off the whole image, and you wouldn't be able to do anything with the image. But if you pre-comp it first, and then you go in and you adjust your settings, and you do the whole 820, which I like. Boom. Now I can do this. Look, hey, I wanted more of the, I wanted to make sure her lips were in the shot. Or, hey, I want her forehead in the shot. You know. And there's so many more things you can do between Mocha and After Effects. And it just gives you that evil look, her eyes, and then the squint. It's very subtle, very powerful, gets the job done. I hope you like this video, and if you found it useful, if you have any questions, please let us know. Make sure you subscribe, support the channel. If you haven't seen our first feature, it is unwanted and available on Amazon Prime. So definitely check that out. Meanwhile, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.